Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Tweet Sassy, and let's be real, I'm obsessed with my cat. But lately, something's been up with Mittens. She's been acting all weird, and it's got me thinking, is she living a double life? Today we're diving into a topic that might just blow your mind. We're talking about the top 10 signs your cat might be leading a secret life right under your nose. Once you see these signs, you're gonna be looking at your little furball sideways. Okay, first things first, let's talk about disappearing acts. We all know cats are masters of hide and seek, right? One minute they're chilling on the couch and the next minute, poof, they've vanished. But I'm not just talking about hiding under the bed for an hour or two. I'm talking about those times when your cat straight up disappears for like a whole day or even a whole weekend. And then, just when you're about to call the National Guard, they waltz back in like nothing happened, acting all casual and nonchalant. So, if your cat is constantly pulling disappearing acts, don't just brush it off. They might be up to something shady. Alright, let's talk about food because let's be real, cats love to eat. And I'm not talking about just scarfing down their kibble like they haven't eaten in a week. I'm talking about those times when your cat comes home looking like they just raided the pantry at a gourmet cat food store, and when you go to pet them their fur is all sleek and shiny like they just got back from a spa day, and then you notice it. The faint smell of tuna on their breath. Tuna? But you haven't given them tuna in weeks. Where are they getting this gourmet food? Are they sneaking into the neighbor's house and raiding their pantry? The possibilities are endless. Okay, this next sign is a big one, guys. If you find a second collar on your cat, especially if it has a different name and number on it, well, let's just say you might want to sit down for this. We're talking about the possibility of your cat leading a double life with another family. You thought your bond was special, unique, built on a foundation of catnip and head scratches, but what if your precious furball has been playing you this whole time? Imagine this, you're going about your day, none the wiser, while your cat is out there living it up with their other family. Of course, there's a chance that the collar is old, or maybe they found it somewhere, but if it's new and your cat seems strangely attached to it, well, you might want to have a little chat with your feline friend. Chapter 4. Souvenirs of Suspicion. What's your cat bringing home? We all know cats love to bring us gifts. These little tokens of affection can range from the mundane to the downright bizarre. Usually these gifts come in the form of dead lizards, half-chewed mice, or other small critters they've hunted down, or if you're really lucky, a hairball coughed up on your favorite rug. It's their way of saying, I care about you. Thanks, Mittens. You shouldn't have. We often react with a mix of amusement and mild disgust. But sometimes your cat might bring home something a little unexpected. Something that leaves you scratching your head. Something that makes you go, wait a minute, where did you get that? It could be anything from a random household item to something more peculiar. I'm talking about strange toys, random socks, or even items you didn't know were missing. Maybe even a piece of jewelry that definitely doesn't belong to you. It's as if they're on a secret mission. Now I know what you're thinking. Jenna, my cat just likes to steal things. It's in their nature. But what if these aren't just random stolen goods? What if they're souvenirs, little mementos from their adventures? Imagine your cat as a tiny collector, bringing back treasures from their escapades. Each item tells a story. Souvenirs from their other life, perhaps. A life filled with mystery and intrigue. It's enough to make you want to hire a private investigator to follow your cat around and see what they're really up to. What secrets do they hold? What adventures do they embark on when you're not looking? The world of a cat is full of surprises. Chapter 5. Something smells fishy, decoding your cat's secret sense. Okay, let's get real for a second. We all know cats have a very distinctive smell. It's a combination of like warm fur, cat litter, and that weird musky scent they get when they're feeling stressed or threatened. But what if your cat starts smelling different? And I'm not talking about that I just rolled around in a pile of dirt smell. I'm talking about a subtle change in their scent. Like, maybe they smell faintly of perfume or cigarette smoke or another cat. So if your cat suddenly smells like a different house, a different person, or even a different animal, it could be a sign that they're spending time in a different environment. Chapter 6. Too friendly feline. Is your cat a social butterfly? Okay, let's talk about your cat's social life because believe it or not, some cats actually have them. While many of us think of cats as solitary creatures who prefer their own company, there are those felines who defy the stereotype. We all know cats are basically furry little introverts who prefer to spend their time napping, judging us, and plotting world domination. They have that aloof demeanor that makes them seem like they couldn't care less about social interactions. But some cats are actually quite social, especially when they think you're not looking. These social butterflies of the feline world can surprise you with their outgoing nature. They might rub up against your legs, purr like a motorboat, and demand attention like they haven't seen you in years. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm here and I need some love." But what about those times when your cat is overly friendly with strangers? You know, those moments when they act like they've known that person forever, like they see a random person on the street and they just lose their minds. It's as if they've found a long-lost friend and can't contain their excitement. They're rubbing all over their legs, meowing for attention, maybe even trying to sneak into their house. It's both adorable and puzzling at the same time. Some cats are just naturally outgoing and love to make new friends. They thrive on social interactions and enjoy the company of both humans and other animals. But if your cat's sudden burst of friendliness seems out of character, it might be a sign that they're getting their social fix somewhere else. Perhaps they found a new friend in the neighborhood or are seeking attention from someone new. It's also possible that your cat is exploring new territories and meeting new friends along the way. Cats are curious creatures, and their social behavior can sometimes be a reflection of their adventurous spirit. So, the next time your cat acts like a social butterfly, remember that it's just another facet of their complex personality. Embrace their friendliness and enjoy the moments of unexpected affection. After all, these social interactions can strengthen the bond between you and your feline friend, making your relationship even more special. Chapter 7. Battle Scars. What's your cat been up to? Okay, this next sign is a little more serious, guys. It's something that every cat owner dreads seeing. We're talking about unexplained injuries. These are the kind of injuries that make you wonder what kind of secret life your cat is leading. Now, I'm not talking about those times when your cat comes home with a little scratch on their nose because they got in a fight with the scratching post. Those are minor and usually harmless. I'm talking about those times when they come limping home with a mysterious limp, a torn ear, or even worse, or even a missing tooth. These are the injuries that make you stop and think, what on earth happened to you? And when you ask them what happened, they just give you that blank stare like, what are you talking about? I've been napping all day. Yeah, right, Mittens, we know better. They act like they've been lounging around all day, but the evidence tells a different story. It's like they're living a double life. Look, cats are curious creatures, and they're always getting into things they shouldn't. Their curiosity often leads them into trouble. But if your cat is constantly coming home with injuries that you can't explain, it's time to take notice. These aren't just random accidents. It might be a sign that they're leading a more adventurous life than you realize. They could be exploring the neighborhood, getting into all sorts of situations. Maybe they're getting into fights with other cats in the neighborhood. Territorial disputes are common, and your cat might be defending their turf. Or perhaps they're sneaking through fences, climbing trees, or even venturing onto rooftops. The world is their playground, and sometimes that comes with risks. So keep an eye on your feline friend. Make sure they're safe and sound. And remember, a little extra care and attention can go a long way in keeping them out of trouble. After all, we want our cats to be happy and healthy, not just adventurous. Let's make sure they have the best of both worlds. Chapter 8. Friends in Furry Places. Who's in your cat's crew? Okay, let's talk about your cat's social circle because, believe it or not, cats can have friends too. We all know cats are basically tiny, furry hermits who prefer to spend their time alone, judging us from afar. But sometimes, cats form surprisingly strong bonds with other animals. Maybe they have a best friend who's a dog or a parrot or even a goldfish. But what if your cat starts hanging out with animals you've never seen before? Or maybe they start disappearing for hours on end with the neighbor's dog, like they're off on some secret adventure. If your cat's new BFFs seem a little shady, or if they start acting differently after spending time with them, it might be a sign that they're up to no good. Chapter 9. Home away from home. Does your cat have a secret crash pad? Okay, let's talk about your cat's sleeping arrangements because let's be real, cats love to sleep. And when they're not sleeping, they're usually plotting their next nap. But here's the thing, cats are also creatures of comfort, and they like to have a designated sleep spot. But What if you start to notice that your cat is spending less and less time in their usual sleep spots? And what if you find evidence that they've been sleeping somewhere else? Chapter 10. Burned out. Is your cat's double life exhausting? Okay, this last sign is a little more subtle, but trust me, it's just as telling as the others. We're talking about exhaustion. Now I know what you're thinking. Jenna, my cat sleeps all day. How could they possibly be exhausted? And you're not wrong. Cats are champion sleepers. But even cats can get tired, especially if they're living double lives. So if your cat seems more lethargic than usual, it might be a sign that they're burning the candle at both ends. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fun content. Let me know in the comments if you think your cat is leading a double life. Did you recognize any of these signs? Have you ever caught your cat red-handed? I want to hear all your crazy cat stories. See you next time.